yes, I should be getting you a ring. Yes. But that's not the situation we're in. And I can see that you want me to get you the ring badly.
So let me get
you
this
promise ring.
I know you really want this.
Let me get you some bullshit.
Let me get you something else.
What? Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside. Free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die. Yeah. Get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die. Yeah. If you want smoke, come get it. You on my chain, come get it. Taking the money, run with it. New to this shit, I done did it. Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside. Free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Very.
Oi.
You ready, bro? Because sometimes you be in the wrong angle and I start and you piss me off. Tell us when you start.
Man.
Ready?
Go.
Hey, man. Say, man. It's the Guy 15 podcast. Coming back, man. Volume 4. Part Who Knows, man. You already know who's coming with y'all with the Guy 15 crew, man. But we got a special guest to my left. Go ahead and shout yourself out, my boy.
What's up, y'all? This is Southside Poet. You can follow me on all platforms at Southside Poet _ and check out my single Amazing on all streaming platforms.
Make sure y'all go check it out, man. Make sure y'all go check it out. Nice positive message coming from that, bro.
Chan checked it out.
Chan checked it. Hey, bro, Chan me locked in, bro.
And I was pleased. So y'all go do the same. You'll be pleased.
Chan's a hard critic, man. And so, bro, I was asking y'all, bro. I was
Real
really
rotten
thinking,
tomato.
bro. Nigga.
I know you was talking.
I was.
But listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump into it because
Okay.
I'm the real MVP.
Oh, okay.
So when I was at FAMU this past weekend, I was asking, some ladies this interview question, like, how long are y'all willing to date before you get married? And I was getting a plethora of answers, actually. Some were saying, the girls that be playing, they're saying, 2, and we got to be locked in. I think they're lying. I feel like you got to date somebody more than 2 years. That's my opinion. So I got the range of 2 years to 7 years was the average.
7 was the average.
And the seven, I heard that from 2 people. They look like they probably don't have that many options. With all due respect. So, the later the years are, seem to correlated to you get what I'm saying. Yes.
So ugly girls want to be married longer? Or I'm sorry, want to be married later.
They seem, girls with less options seem more willing to be in the dating stage longer.
That's interesting.
That's just from the observations I was getting.
From your research.
I did real research. Real research.
That is data collection, data analysis, surveying. We learned surveying.
Yes.
But that's really interesting from what I would have thought. Because I would have thought, all right, maybe the more attractive women want to push it out as far as can, because they still trying to maybe play the options a little bit, wait for the big fish to come around, and you got the uglier girls that are like, you know what, fuck it, bro, shit, like you good for a year, like nigga, let's just lock it in. So that's very interesting, bro. Because I mean, when you said the 2-year shit was too short for you, bro, I'm a 2-year guy, bro. Wow. At this point in my life, now if I'm 18, okay, it's not 2 years. I'm 22, finna be 23. I'm not finna date you for 7 fucking years before I decide to marry you. What am I doing? What am I waiting on?
Yeah. I think 7 is extreme. But 2, I don't think that's enough. What do you think? Is 2 enough?
I'll say if it just depends on the person. It depends on where I'm at in life. Like if I got my stuff together and I'm dating a girl and it's been a year and 6 months, then shoot, I guess we finna go ahead and get into it. But also, I believe in Jesus, so I'm not trying to have sex before marriage.
Right.
Yeah. So if we locked in, then I'm trying to expedite that.
Right.
I was finna say, bro, I grew up in the church, and on God, church, like, they get married so
under
quickly,
a year. They're like,
bro.
let's get this done, bro.
Like, yo,
but my thing is, like, when you start to really, like, date intentionally, bro.
That's the thing.
You can weed out people that you would have dated for 6 to 8 months in a conversation. Like, when you're actually discussing, hey, what do you want? How do you plan to get that? Oh, okay. What have you done? Where have you been so far? Like, how are your goals here? How are your goals at? Like,
you don't even got to go that far, bro. They'll tell you some shit. I promise you'll
really
find out
do.
before
For a deep long relationship.
No, I'm saying before you find out that somebody's not really
worth your time.
Yeah.
Like you can figure that out one convo for sure.
Because they're gonna bullshit those answers anyway.
You
I feel
can't
like,
bullshit
especially
me,
if they're
though.
good
That's what I'm
at
saying.
that. But
You
that
can't really bullshit.
You'll know that.
You
Shit.
can't bullshit a deep conversation with a deep person.
what? You don't think so?
I just told you that.
So you really think somebody can sit there and what do you think hoes be doing? Why do you think-
Talking to wait, hoes as in male hoes, female hoes.
both.
Well, male hoes, they lie
They sell dreams.
and then they accept that shit. They know what the fuck this nigga is, but they accept the dream, right? They allow themselves to have that veil pulled over their head. A lot of men aren't trying to connect deeply with this person. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm actually trying to connect deeply and understand you and really hear you coming from, and I see that you're like putting up a wall, or you're kind of, you know, being a little shallow, or you're not like really answering my questions, you know, in a healthy, proficient way.
How deep into the relationship do you judge that? Like, can you judge that?
I'm telling you, like, we're having these conversations
Off rip?
before we're dating.
Yeah, for
While
sure.
we're in the talking
'Cause
stage,
I gotta fall. I gotta be attracted to your mindset
to your mind,
too.
your
Yeah, that's
mind,
right.
Your face,
Yeah.
that's all cool. But like, if I sit down and we can't speak about nothing, you're
What?
cut.
Yeah.
You're
I can
so
talk
cut.
all fucking day.
I can talk.
Right.
I ain't gonna talk to no wall.
Can't.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like
I might though if I'm tweaking.
the ones that are good at talking, the hoes, they're gonna know how to get past these.
No.
These basic level, the starter conversations,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying.
Like the girl you,
Deep conversations are not starter level. Starter level conversations are, you know, what's your favorite thing to eat?
What's your
you know,
major?
favorite color? You know, okay, you know, little cute shit.
Where'd you go
You
to
know,
school?
that you may talk about for the first week. You know, what are you doing? You know, shit like that. I mean, like, yo, so like,
What traumatized you the most in your childhood?
what's like what's your relationship with your father?
Like let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about
get
that.
to
And
it.
then when you ask me,
You
I'm
still
gonna
love your parents? Like, do you forgive them for what they did to you when they
Right.
didn't know
Oh, yeah.
better?
That's a really good
Like,
one.
Real
let's
shit.
let's
Real
talk
shit.
for real. Let's
have
talk
you,
for real.
y'all, you've asked somebody that
For sure.
I'm telling
I've
you,
gotten in
you
it.
said, what did your parents do to you when you're growing up that made you like this?
maybe not directly out of the
but
blue like that, but if you're having a
gotta-
conversation about family values, you're having a conversation about childhood growing up, if you know how to really, you know, talk,
get in there. You
you
get
can,
in
you
there.
can put a tough question in, and people feel compelled to respond. We know this.
Yeah.
You ask a question, you gonna get two things. Either they're gonna answer it or they're not. So that's what I'm saying. So if I'm having a conversation with somebody and I'm consistently asking tough questions or you know, trying to really unravel you and understand who you are as a person, and you're refusing or you're like giving me answers that I'm like, that's
Okay.
generic or that lacks substance.
Like,
I'm gonna know because I know what answers I'm giving to you.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
If I ask a question like, you know, how did that make you feel, or do you think that still affects you to this day? And your answer was like, tight. I don't know.
Now, if you say, "Oh, I don't know," I've never really thought about that because, and then you
when
go
they
into
say
some
that,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
wow, like
Yeah.
so, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say we have a disagreement on, you know, like on some who should pay for this, who should clean this and that, or you know, something simple like that.
Yeah.
When you're a person who can, you know, talk about why you believe this, where you got that from, and so I'm actually okay. So were your parents like that? Oh, your grandparents were like that. Oh, okay,
Okay,
so that's
that
where you
makes
got that
sense.
from. Oh, so do you still? We're gonna have a conversation. Like we're gonna actually talk like real people talk. How we kind of talk on the pod, bro. Where we're gonna take a conversation and really try and open it up, bro.
Break it down. Brendan, I got a question for you though, bro.
Yes, sir.
So how long do you plan on dating someone before you're willing to marry them?
If it's brand new, I feel like a bare minimum
Microphone.
of 18 months.
So a
A
year and a half?
half.
You think you could be
from
ready in a
start
year and a half?
to proposal?
I feel like that's when I'll be able to be ready. Like I'll feel like I'm considered okay. This is because divorce is something I don't really want.
just-
Yeah, that's
What?
facts.
Bro.
Nobody got time for
Like
that.
that
Bro,
shit.
it really
big,
shouldn't
bro,
exist.
big ass fucking cloud. I don't want to have over my head. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm comfortable taking as long as I need to, and that under 3 years though. I'm not gonna have you wait forever.
Yeah, my question is, what are you trying to what do you think that you haven't found out in 2 years that you're gonna find out in 4?
Yeah.
That's shit. You can go
Master
through a
lesson.
whole, even something like the pandemic, like that can just change how a person
Like you
just walks their life.
You gotta see how people respond to the bad times.
So I'm supposed to
too.
wait till a fucking pandemic to happen
No,
before I marry this girl?
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But like you said, what's the difference between a 2 year and a 4 year? Like me 2 years ago versus me 4 years ago, or three different people.
humans.
But yeah, and
that's
then and you and two more, then you and two more. It's going
Exactly.
to continue to evolve.
So you have to see the phases of somebody
But
before you can.
but seeing 4 years, seeing 10 years isn't seeing somebody's whole person.
You're
That's
right.
wasting both of y'all's time.
So that's what I'm saying. Like in my opinion, somebody's character. Like you can kind of see what somebody's character is off rip. Now, granted, will they maybe make decisions that go against their character later on in their life? Sure, but that I don't think dating them longer would have changed that. Or maybe, like I said, after 2 years, bro, of intentional dating, bro.
Intentional
dating,
I like
bro.
that.
Very intentional. You know what I'm saying? It's time to propose, bro. 2 years.
I agree. Intentional dating. It's
Then
time to propose.
maybe be engaged for a year.
Okay.
Enjoy that phase. Understand each other. Prepare for the marriage. Like
really. Like, yeah.
I'm talking about on paper. Like we've had maybe these other conversations before. Well, let's write these shits down. Let's get all the questions out that we want to ask each other. Clear everything before we get into this financial engagement.
Clear the air.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I'm
that's a
saying?
good idea.
Because this like that. That's how you
Let's
gotta
really
try
make
and
it clear here.
make it clear.
I feel like that's where a lot of things go bad. Like,
Bro.
one of y'all thinking this and one of y'all thinking that, and then y'all get together and really establish it, and y'all like, oh, we was really not thinking.
And the
same
problem is
thing.
now y'all spent 5 fucking years together, and it's really really hard to break up with somebody after 5 years.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. Shit. So do you think you could date a girl outside of the church?
I have dated a girl outside of the church.
How did that go?
I enjoyed it in a sense of like the space I was in my life. Like, and to this day, I'll be like, she's one of the best women I've ever
One of them ones.
spent time with. It was that one thing. It was like, she don't rock with Jesus like that.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where it was like, I have to make a decision between, am I going to continue in my faith or am I going to be with you? Because I know people who they've ended up getting married and then being on the opposite side, and that don't work for real.
That don't work.
So I was like, I gotta lean towards more the Jesus side, and so that's kind of why we ended, because we were in different spaces.
No, I mean, I think that's a great reason. I respect that reason too. Like, especially something like that. That is the foundation of your morals and what you believe every day you wake up. If those are, I don't know if they're polar opposite from each other, but if those don't align the same way, we really can't be. Especially long-term intentional dating.
It's tough.
Can't really do that, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. It was rough.
Yeah.
And it was like, because it was like, it's all the other stuff was checked off. It was like, bro, everything, literally everything else.
Yeah.
But it was just like that one thing.
Yeah.
And so,
dang.
and it's like, after praying about it and just being like, I wanted to make sure, because I realized my relationship with Christ was suffering because of my relationship with her.
Yeah.
So
really
it was like, I can't do both. And so after breaking up, even though it was hard to be able to see myself now as opposed to where I was then,
yeah.
I can definitely say, okay, I grew spiritually from
Separating
It's
yourself,
really that's good, because it's really crazy. Like, if you would have made the opposite choice, you might not be here today, literally.
Right.
So like, I think you made a good choice, and I definitely believe, like, when you have a partner, bro, be clear with your partner, understand them, try to comprehend each other, because being on the same page is everything.
Facts.
It is literally everything for a man and a woman to be on the same page.
That's what keeps the peace, bro.
But
That's
how
real.
easy is it for a man and woman to be on the same page?
Very
bro?
difficult. Never gonna happen.
Extremely
shit
difficult,
easily, bro.
But I'm just saying, you have to have an idea of what the same page looks like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't have an idea, bro, it's just
If
not
y'all
gonna
haven't
work.
at least sat down and established, hey, bro, this is the book that we're gonna read.
Yes.
We're both gonna read this book, this chapter right now. Maybe not, like I said, maybe not on the same page at every given moment, but if we can agree on that, hey, bro, this is the book.
Yeah.
This is the chapter. This is the source material that we're gonna both be on. It make it easier, cause like you said, if you think, all right, if y'all both say I'm on page 312, and then 3 years later, y'all reading a different book, and y'all thinking the same, y'all think the whole time, bro, we on the same page, and we not.
Yeah. She reading Harry Potter. You reading the Bible.
You reading the Bible, right? And
that's
she's reading some
crazy.
other shit, bro.
I was thinking of that, bro. I was like, if I'm reading Harry Potter and she's reading Dragon Tales, like it's not the same.
It's
magic.
like y'all might have the same type of storyline, but
it ain't the same.
It ain't the same, bro.
No,
I mean, I feel like, just overall, bro, like make sure y'all are clear who y'all are communicating, like clear what you're communicating to your partner. Like if you want to be like this, be like this. Like if you're strong in your religious beliefs, make that known. If you're not, make that known. Like if you want to go be a hoe while you're in a relationship, make that known to your partner, bro.
Please.
There are a lot of people out there who are okay with that, but you have to make that shit known, bro.
Hold on. I got a question for y'all too, bro. When are Ashley and Deja could be expecting a ring?
Like I said, man, I would say within that same time frame that I just laid out. Yeah, I mean, I
2 years
too.
time, man. From the
Like, bro, what do we?
Okay.
Yeah,
What are we playing around?
Two
about?
from now for sure.
I don't like
2
to
from
see
now,
that.
it'd be like, all right, bro, you playing?
You playing?
Because
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being a girl, right? Knowing that I can't even really do it. Like I have to wait and being in this motherfucker for 5-6 years while we're adults.
Yeah,
Like I said, if y'all started dating at 16, okay, give it some time.
Yeah.
That's a different scenario than we've been dating since we were 22 and I'm 30 now.
yeah, for sure.
That's
What?
crazy work. Yeah, that's crazy work.
Why now? Like I said, unless you're a nigga or a woman who's not trying to get married, make that clear. But if you saying, yo, I want to marry you, bro, like I be waiting on. All right, nigga, what you waiting on then? But then again, too, bro, and I know a lot of men want to get their want to get their shit together first, right?
You got to
a certain extent, I agree, but that ain't the most important thing, in my opinion.
At least you can communicate about it. I feel like if you tell her like real shit, like I feel like that's why promise rings are I don't want to say a good thing.
I'm
but
not getting
I see where they're coming
from
from.
a promise ring.
But if you, it's not just the promise ring. It's what you say with it and your intentions with it. It's
If
like,
she wanted it, you would get it.
If you're like, I want to get you an engagement ring.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like I want to get you the engagement ring,
Sure.
but it's like, yo, I'm not where I need to be. I don't feel confident as a
It's a real
man,
thing.
so I'm gonna give you this
Right,
promise ring.
right.
But if you give it a promise ring and then you're just still doing the same shit,
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you when you're doing this?
23.
No. If you're 18,
The fuck
Promise
is that?
rings aren't childish, bro.
They're not childish, bro.
They are.
Because you're giving her something.
Nah, that shit.
that's it's
Okay,
a,
so what if
Why-
you?
kid
why are you-
version of a marriage.
Why
Of
would-
an
No, it's
engagement
not.
ring.
No,
Of an
it's
engagement
not.
ring.
It's no, it's not.
Bro, what are you?
It's like a girl could buy me a chain. That's not the same comparison.
They call it a
Like,
promise chain.
Yeah, I'd be happy, but she don't need to promise me nothing. Well, she do actually, but I don't need a promise chain, right? But
'Cause
you
it's
can
stupid.
you can maturely buy your woman a promise ring, like especially if that's what she wants.
I mean, if she wants the shit, fucking, I don't give a fuck if you have ask for a seal or some shit. You gonna give her whatever the fuck she wants.
See, no, that's the difference. It's not.
It is
It's not because she wants it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's you giving her your.
My G. Any girl that wants a promise ring wants to propose to her, bro.
Yes, but this is you telling her I can't do that shit yet.
You just tell her that.
That's what the promise ring does. It's like giving her flowers.
No,
That she can keep.
no.
It's
No.
a visual of.
I think a promise ring is more like a Band-Aid or more like a
If you use it like a
time
Band-Aid.
extender.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
It's listen. I want you to know we're super locked in, right? But let's keep learning each other more. Let's keep understanding. Let's grow a little bit before we make this official.
I've given a promise ring. What I'm telling you
So you're
is,
clowning
as
yourself right now?
I'm not clowning. I'm saying
You said it's
it was
childish. That's clowning.
I
I
was
mean,
a
are you
child.
saying that
I
because
was a
you didn't
child.
get the result you were expecting at the end of the day?
no, because even if you were 22 and you did that, I'm gonna look at the 22-year-old guy who made a promise ring and didn't marry the girl differently than I'm gonna look at the 17-year-old.
Well, yeah, if he doesn't marry her, then you broke your promise.
My nigga, just if you're gonna make the promise that deep, just propose to her.
But you can't. You're not in. You can't right now. What are you not
22.
getting? What are you
My
not
nigga,
understanding?
Yeah, I think the promise ring shit is redundant. Like,
It could be redundant to some girls. I mean, she could look at it and be like, I would rather have a real ring. And be like, okay.
as an adult woman.
But that gesture in that conversation, now she knows, okay,
Sure.
at least she's like,
Very nice gesture means nothing though.
it does mean something. Maybe
Like
not.
that doesn't hold weight.
So what did you get the promise ring for then? What was your intention with it?
It was that intention in the context of, hey, I'm actually a minor, and I literally cannot marry you.
See, that's the case when it doesn't make sense. That's when it's childish.
But
why are you doing that?
I want to marry you.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you give her that ring?
I want to marry you. I want to be with you long term. Like you said, I'm not in a position to marry you right now. I'm a child, or I'm finna graduate. I'm senior year, or I'm finna graduate.
Yeah.
I want to do all this stuff for you. Here is my promise to you that I'm going to fulfill this. Right.
Mm-hmm.
As in the context of, okay, this person literally probably really can't do what he's saying. All right, I have, given how young I am too, I have time to wait. If you're like, you're 24, my nigga.
Promise rings aren't childish. You use promise rings in a childish way. Promise rings are not childish.
I'm standing with Mike right here, man. Yeah, Mike.
What difference was my usage of promise ring and what you
you
described?
broke your promise. If I gave a girl a promise ring in a year, I'm not gonna break that. Like,
he's not a liar, bro.
I'm not like, especially if I'm giving the ring. Yeah, you lied. You broke the promise.
This nigga Mike is like, Mike has about the
what? No, say it.
You have the relationship experience of a 12-year-old.
No, I do not.
So
that's
you telling me that, bro? It really is.
But you're telling me,
in my opinion. Can I finish?
Okay.
In my opinion, it's coming from a immature standpoint, because you're like, oh well, it wouldn't happen like that. What you will probably later on realize, bro, is that it's not that straightforward, cut and dry. So that's why I'm saying, like, the idea of making a promise ring is in itself a lesser version of an engagement ring.
You're right.
So if we're already at the point where the engagement ring is the goal, why would I even that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't. I don't understand how that makes sense.
It gives her a backbone. It gives her something to go off of. Like, okay, I'm not
here, bro.
Security.
Like, bro.
There is no security in that. It's a false idea of
in
security.
your mind. Yes, because you broke your promise ring.
My nigga,
I get it for you. It makes sense.
What security comes from a promise ring for a woman?
The promise that you're gonna get a real ring.
Could you not have given her that promise at any other point without a ring?
You can say it.
With
you can
flowers.
say the words.
With flowers.
You can do it with flowers, but that's just flowers. Like, the ring is literally like something that should be more permanent. Something she can see. It's like, okay, this is my reminder that he's still trying to lock in for me, and not just I'm still waiting for him.
If a girl buys me a PlayStation 5, that's a token of knowing that we're locked in. I'm gonna see that that's a promise to me.
Y'all are making y'all argument sounds.
No, we're not. It's not childish, bro. It's not childish. It's not childish.
And then you said I have immature experience with relationships, but I've never broken a promise ring, and I don't plan to. So how can you say that I'm like, I get what you're saying. I don't have anywhere near the amount of relationship experience, but you broke your promise ring, and you're calling childish rings promise.
Have you ever bought somebody a promise ring?
No.
He's never been in a relationship.
That's okay.
He's never been in a relationship.
I've never had a girlfriend. I've been in relationships. I never had a girlfriend.
Oh no, I just didn't know. I was like, okay.
He doesn't understand the fact that, yes, you can have every single intention to fulfill a promise and it not happen. The reason why the promise ring does not carry near enough weight to compare it even in the same category to an engagement ring to an adult woman is because an engagement ring is, hey, we're getting married. This is going to be paperwork. It's going to be filed. That is the security of an engagement, of getting married. Okay. The promise ring carries no actual security other than the idea. Okay. The same promise. It's a concept.
If maybe to the girl that you gave the promise ring to, there's no weight.
This nigga's
bro, because you broke that shit. So now to her, it's like, why would I get a promise ring? That doesn't mean shit. But if actually me, how am I?
Because you're not listening.
Yes, I'm listening to what you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I am listening to what you're saying.
No, you're saying he is immature view of relationships, so he doesn't know what he's talking about.
What type of tangible value does it hold, though, other than just a promise, which is not?
I think you're coming from.
It's not tangible. Nah, you're 24. You're 24. You're a grown ass man.
Okay, so we should already
get that bitch a lollipop, bro.
But oh my God, you're saying we're 24. Yes, I should be getting you a ring. Yes, but that's not the situation we're in, and I can see that you want me to get you the ring badly. So let me get you the promise ring.
I know you really want this.
Let me get you some bullshit.
Let me get you something else.
Okay, what?
I see what you're saying, but nah, like,
nah, bro.
I can see from your perspective, because I thought the same thing. Hey, like, this is me declaring how much I am committing to you in the capacity that I can at the current moment. Like,
Yes.
This is my maximum level of commitment that I can give you now because I'm not ready to be married.
Okay.
I get that. I agree with you on that point.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, when you're dealing with an adult woman, that is not enough security for her to actually change anything of how she's gonna move from regular relationship, right? So let me give you an example. If I'm boyfriend girlfriend with a girl, right? I move across the country.
Mm-hmm.
I would not expect or demand her to, expect her to automatically come with me, because we are not committed. Because if I move across that country, she comes with me, we break up, now she's in fucking wherever the fuck. If we're married, that's a different commitment. There's legally binding commitments behind that, God binding commitments behind that. If you gave her a promise ring, if she gave you a promise ring, do you think that she would move differently from that? Like, do you think she would further consider doing those types of things?
She would have more peace of mind, yeah, for sure. It's not the promise ring itself. It's the promise that you give with the ring.
I think a young girl may accept that, bro.
No, it's the opposite, bro. It's literally the opposite, brother. I feel like the older she gets, is like, okay, these other niggas have been bullshitting. I've never even gotten a promise ring that, like,
true,
no
really,
nigga has even brought this shit down to me, who's even broken this shit down to me like this. And it's about the fact that you have to keep the promise from the promise. That's the whole point of the promise ring. I understand your point. You didn't keep your promise, so you don't see the point of it.
I think I'm missing where you keep going back to that point. Explain explain that you didn't keep your promise.
That's
part.
the child. That's where you're not seeing the bigger picture of what a promise ring is, because you gave the promise ring just because you felt, I don't know what you felt like. Maybe you thought that she wanted that bullshit, right? You're like, she wanted it.
No. I actually explained exactly why. I explained it very clearly because it was what you said.
But if it's what I said, then y'all would be married right now, or at least still be in a relationship.
In a perfect world, you are absolutely
it's
right.
Not perfect.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. In a perfect world, yes, you make the promise, you deliver on the promise. In that scenario, yes. What I'm trying to explain to you is that the reason why that does not carry enough weight is because there is nothing backing that promise.
Okay, so what's backing the marriage? The legal binding, is that it?
A commitment before your friends, God, and legal binding. Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. So let's say
I'm gonna think twice before divorcing a woman if I know it's gonna have legal ramifications. You're gonna be like, shit, fuck it. Let's think about this again. So if you think that's not the truth, you live in a fairy tale, bro.
Wait, so you're saying the only way to that?
When did I say only?
The best way. No. Yeah, the only way to promise that y'all are legally y'all are binded and that she can't go nowhere is by giving her a real ring.
By marrying her?
Yeah,
that is the highest level of commitment that you can make to your partner. Yes,
which has a 50% divorce rate. I promise you, if
so, name me a commitment with a higher rate. You think its promise ring rate is higher than 50%?
I promise you, relationships that had a promise ring before they got the actual ring have a higher commitment. I promise you they do. I don't even have to look. I don't even have to look at those stats, bro.
I love to see
I'm gonna
that.
tell you something.
I don't think those are real stats.
It's not a real stat because that shit is for children. They don't survey children about promise rings. They don't survey them. When you're an adult and you want to make a promise, you get on one fucking knee and you give her an engagement ring, and then you work your ass off before you get married.
I agree with that.
You don't waste this grown woman's time getting on one knee or making a promise. Wasting. Bro, I'm telling you why. Because it's like selling her. It's selling her on the idea of marriage without giving her marriage.
So what you think? I think I'm understanding where Michael's coming from in a sense of maybe what grown women are looking for. Because a lot of times, like what I'm starting to learn is the more adult the women, because I started dating older women. So the more adult the women, they're looking for more action as opposed to, hey, I'm gonna do this.
Niggas can do this all day.
Can I break down an adjective I've been hearing? It's grown woman. What are we defining as a grown woman? What age group are we talking about?
I'll say any woman who is, let's say you 25, let's say she doesn't stay with her parents.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own job, her own car. She pays her own bills.
Okay.
Like any woman
Okay.
that falls under that category, she doesn't even have to be 25. Just in the category of she pays her own bills. She takes care of everything on her own. If you was like, I'm gonna give you a promise ring and don't back anything up in a sense of, or if the not like the action is what's gonna do it for, as opposed to, hey, I'm gonna do this, even though you saying that may be coming from a genuine place, it'll hold like the way we weigh it is different than the way she'll weigh it, because it's because the way we see it is different. So in a woman's mind, that's not gonna equate to anything. It'll be like, that doesn't equate it, that doesn't do anything for me, because as men we're kind of looked at as you have to do it.
Something. Yeah. And so the reason I say childish, at 15, 16, 17, a girl probably has not heard a nigga make promises to her yet. So a promise ring, that a promise carries more weight. When you're an adult, I'm telling you, these women have heard. We talked about it earlier, how niggas be lying to them. Niggas will make these promises with no intention to carry through with these with these promises.
We're talking about niggas. Who are these niggas?
Most of the population.
If she 25, she done dated.
I know,
All right,
but that's
hey,
not
look.
what I'm. No. Don't
I
try to
think-
do that.
no,
No,
I think-
we're still going.
I think
Like,
overall,
no,
bro,
you can't just cut it off like that.
I
bro.
think I think we're not going nowhere, bro.
No, we are though, because bro. Okay, this is the whole thing, and he was saying it right.
It is
the whole
30
thing
minutes deep.
about the promise ring is the promise that you make with it. If you don't look, yes, it is childish. If you don't, if I give it a promise ring and I'm like, yo, 6 to 8 months, I'm grinding, I'm working, I'm trying to get you the real ring. I'm doing this for you. I'm a cook some days. You know, you've been doing this, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm trying to do. You know, I want to have kids. If you're telling and you're actually following through with your promise and your actions, yes, the promise ring will work wonderlessly, bro. But if you're not, if you just give her this promise ring as a Band-Aid and you're still doing the same shit, then yes.
Why are you assuming that originally it was bad? Like you saying doing the same shit. So I'm gonna give you an example. I'm doing all this you're saying. I'm already being the guy that I am. Right? I'm already being the great guy that I am.
Right.
I want to give you the promise ring because I know that yes, me being great and me doing this stuff for you, there is no security in this that this will continue.
Yeah, but there
is no security in that this will continue outside of my words.
This was all based off the situation that the woman is low-key getting tired and wants to get
I'm
married.
Not,
that's what we're going off of.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying that's the situation we're going off of. Like, if you're being a great guy, but she's getting tired and like, yo, I want to.
Yes, yeah, okay, right. You think giving her a promise ring will satiate her?
If I'm not ready for a real ring, yes, it's gonna be the best I can do.
I ain't gonna lie.
It would
I
piss
think
her
it
the
piss her
fuck
off.
off.
I think it depends. I think it depends on the girl. If it pisses her off, then honestly, we shouldn't. I mean, I can see how it pisses her off. Look, I know what side you're on. I promise you, but it's just if you mean it, bro.
If Chan came to us tomorrow and said, "Yeah, man, you know, I really told Ashley that I really want to hold her down. Like I know I've been doing this, or I really want to, you know," and I gave her a promise ring. I would look at him and say, "Damn, bro, are y'all still together?" Like,
how do you think?
And this is where I would interject because Ashley wants one.
A promise ring?
Yes. And she
you should
is
have brought that
23.
shit up way earlier.
She's 23.
I would get into that, but we're on the pod right now. About why I think that may be,
but that proves what I'm trying to say.
She's asking for exactly
I'm
what
gonna
Mike's trying
tell
to
you.
explain.
I'm gonna tell you right after why.
Okay.
Overall,
see, now we can end it.
Overall,
thank you, Chan. I like you say the point.
Overall,
I love that point, bro.
Man, y'all just gotta communicate with y'all partner, bro. Communicate what y'all want. Make sure that they're communicating what they want to you, so y'all can come to a common agreement. Y'all can live happily ever after, and we can continue to make black love and whole families together, man. Build our community, man. And with that being said, it's been the Got 15 podcast. And we out, man. Peace.
Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide.
Appreciate y'all popping out to the podcast, man. Make sure y'all leave a like. Go ahead and comment something. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our videos, bro.
And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes videos posted weekly. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok, and I already know we're on YouTube, man. Go check us out everywhere.
Show.